Hello viewers, you're watching my biology channel. It's BioHub and I'm your facilitator Dr. Seema Sharma. Dear viewers, we all know that a little progress each day, it leads to big results. So whenever you are coming across any problem, any difficulty or any challenge, never ever think, I won't do it because I can't do it. No. Always think, I want to do it. And then your brain will automatically start thinking, how do I do it? You will try to do it. And finally, you will realize that I can do it. I will do it. And you will be able to do it. And that brings a sense of satisfaction and happiness to us. So on this optimistic note, we are starting our today's session, which is again on biology part of class 7, and we are on chapter 2. Welcome viewers, this is my channel BioHub. On this channel, you will come across videos related to biology part of class 7 and that too subtopic wise. If you are a new viewer, I welcome you in my channel and I want to let you know what all is there in my videos. I'm using flowcharts, graphic organizers, pictures, video clips, and handmade drawings to make that content self-explanatory and to represent in a much simplified manner. All those viewers who are connected with me since my first video, for them also there is lot more to explore in each and every video. So viewers, now gear up. We are starting with today's session. Let's see the journal layout of this chapter. Chapter 2, Nutrition in Animals. It has basically 6 subparts. I have already uploaded videos of first 4 parts. Nutrition in microbes, modes of feeding in lower level organisms, and parts of human digestive system. Today our focus is process of digestion in humans. This entire chapter is full of amazing facts and informations. And if you are watching it for the first time, I want to take you to the picture map of this chapter. Viewers, we are through with mode of nutrition in microbes, feeding mechanism in case of insects and amphibian. My previous video was on different parts of human digestive system, and today we have to continue from that, and today our focus will be on the process of digestion in buccal cavity. So this much I am going to take up in today's video. Before that, I am going for the recap of previous video. So in our previous video, we covered human digestive system, basically its parts. And there you came to know that human digestive system has basically 2 subparts, alimentary canal and associated glands. So when we discussed about alimentary canal, what you came to know viewers? It's a long hollow tube of variable diameter. कहीं पे diameter कम है, कहीं पे diameter ज़्यादा है, कहीं पे sac like है, and it's approximately 9 meter long, and this is the place where the complete digestion of food takes place in case of human. Viewers, I have already uploaded one video on different parts of human digestive system. For detail, you can watch that video. It was on digestive glands, and there we came to know that basically 3 major glands are there which are responsible for digestion in case of human beings. But in addition to this, I told you that our stomach and in small intestine, they do secrete certain type of digestive juices, and they are also helping in the process of digestion. So now let's have a look on the learning objective of this video. In this video, viewers, we are going to explore about nutrition in humans, steps in the process of digestion in human beings, and we are going to discuss digestion of food in buccal cavity in detail. There are certain questions, viewers. And question 1 is, why do we eat food? Now my viewers know we eat food to get energy to perform our daily activities, for repair work, for growth. So if your answer is this, we are on the same page and we can proceed further. Second question is, what happens to the food we eat? We have a third question also. How does food get digested. Fourth question, why food makes our mouth water? We are going to explore the answer of these three questions. So let's find out the answer together, viewers. Up to this, my viewers, they know that digestion is the second step in the process of nutrition, and the complex food material, it is broken down into simple nutrients. Now, what we eat and what are the various components of food, that is also clear to you. You're familiar with these terms: carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals. So whether we are eating rice, whether we are eating bread, butter, eggs, vegetable, what is happening to this stuff? We are going to explore about that, and there lies the answer of all those questions. So digestion in humans, whatever we are eating, suppose I have taken 2 chapatis with butter and sprouts. So chapati has starch. So by the end of process of digestion, that starch will be converted into glucose. Sprouts, they have protein. So by the end, proteins will be converted into amino acids. 1 cube of butter is again a source of fat. So by the end of the process of digestion, it is going to get converted into 2 substances, very simple, fatty acid and cholesterol. So this is what is happening in the process of digestion. Now the question is how it is happening. So for that, let's proceed further. Steps involved in human digestion. First step is hand to mouth. We are taking in 1 bite of chapati and we are putting it in our mouth. Second step, in the mouth we are chewing it and then swallowing it down to the stomach. Third step, that food is coming to the stomach, it is staying for some duration there, and here also some sort of digestion is taking place. And fourth step, it is taking place in small intestine. The process of digestion almost completes here. Thereafter, whatsoever is not digested, that undigested food is pushed towards large intestine. Finally, it is stored in the rectum and it is removed from the anus. So these are the basic steps involved in the process of digestion in case of humans. Hand to mouth. Food is taken into our mouth where it is physically broken down by teeth into smaller pieces. The presence of food in the mouth, it triggers the salivary glands to deliver a watery fluid called saliva to the mouth. Now what are these salivary glands? What is this watery fluid? We are going to explore subsequently. But the moment we are taking in 1 bite of chapati, our salivary glands, they get activated and they start pouring watery fluid, and that is called saliva coming out from the salivary glands. It is helping in mixing that food well and keeping it wet. So this process is called mastication. Mastication. So, and this is the visual clue, it is showing the process of mastication. So now you know that teeth are the first tool used in the machinery of nutrition. If you are talking about what all is happening in the buccal cavity, so teeth, they are performing a very important function and they are the first machinery in the process of nutrition. So चलिए process of nutrition को discuss करने से पहले आपके दांतों की खबर लेते हैं. Teeth. Here we have to study about sets of teeth in human beings and we have to study about type of teeth. So let's have a look on the set of teeth. So we have 2 sets of teeth, milk teeth, which are present in children, and they are 20 in number and they are known as milk teeth. So this is the general appearance of milk teeth. These milk teeth, they fall off by the age of 12, gradually from 5th year of your life till 12th or 13th, they fall off gradually and they are replaced by slightly larger permanent teeth. So we have a second set of teeth and that is called permanent teeth. This set contains 32 teeth, 16 in each jaw, 16 in the upper jaw and 16 in the lower jaw. This was about 2 sets of teeth, but viewers, we can have third set of teeth also. No? Yes, we can have, but this will be from dental center and these are dentures. So viewers, if we are taking care of our teeth properly, then we don't need that third set. On this lighter note, let's discuss about the types of teeth. So we have 4 incisors, 2 canines, 4 premolars and 6 molars in each jaw. So let's study about each type and its specific characteristics. Incisors. These are our front teeth. Incisors. Front teeth, they are not incisors. This is the journal appearance of this incisor. So these are chisel shaped and are used for biting and cutting. Chisel, a new word for my class 7 students. So chisel, जो मैसन बिल्डिंग बनाता है उनके पास ये टूल रहता है. So these incisors, they are just like chisels. They are used for biting and cutting. Next is canines. So these canines, they are next to incisors and they are very prominent over here. These are incisors, these are canine. This is the appearance. These are pointed and are used for piercing and tearing pieces of food such as meat. And these canines are well developed in carnivore animals because they have to tear the meat apart. And canines are pointed and their function is for piercing and tearing the pieces of food. In human beings, canines are pointed but not as pointed as they are in case of carnivores. So these are canines. We have 2 canines per jaw. So in total, we have 4 canines in human beings. Third type of teeth are premolars. And the last one are molars. So these premolar and molars, they are present at the back of the mouth, this area. And they are broader and almost flat. So see the general appearance of molar and the premolar, they are almost flat to increase the surface area. And what is their function, viewers? They crush and grind the food. And they are of 2 types, premolar, which are just after the canine, and molar, which are towards the end. And they are comparatively larger. The location of premolar is just after canines. Okay. So first we have incisors, then canine, premolar and molar. Now something very interesting with respect to tooth, viewers. Our tooth has one substance. This is called enamel. It's white in color and it covers the entire tooth and it gives the white shiny appearance to our teeth. And this is the hardest substance present in our body. But if we will not take care of our oral health, then there will be infection, bacterial infection, there will be cavities and dental caries. So in order to avoid that, you have to brush your teeth daily. और एक और चीज मैं बताना चाहती हूँ कि दांत में कभी कीड़ा नहीं लगता, दांत से कभी कीड़ा नहीं निकलता. जो बोलते हैं कि वो दांत से कीड़ा निकाल देंगे, दांत की दर्द हटा देंगे, that is all nonsense. If you have dental caries, go to the dentist. So viewers, now we know that our teeth, they are working as a team, they are doing a good job and it's our duty to take care of them. Now let's see one more equally fascinating part of our mouth or buccal cavity, and it's tongue. Tongue is a muscular organ that helps you to eat food. It pushes the food towards the teeth. It helps mix the food with saliva and then enable you to swallow it. So these are general features of tongue. But जो ये जुबान है ना, इसके बहुत सारी qualities हैं. There are numerous sensor cells on our tongue which can detect the taste of the food and to eat it or not, whether it's meetha, whether it's khatta, whether it's namkeen, whether it's kadwa. So we have numerous those sensory cells called as taste buds on our tongue. Initially, it was thought that they are restricted at some specific parts of the human tongue, but now we know that each taste bud has the ability to detect these all four type of taste, that is salty, sweet, sour and bitter. And in addition to this, last function of human tongue is the tongue also helps you to speak. There are certain alphabets which can be pronounced with the help of tongue only. Now we have to discuss about saliva. Saliva makes the food soft, easier to swallow by making it wet and slippery. So this is the journal feature of saliva. Now how it is helping in digestion, let's know that. Saliva in your mouth, it helps to break down the starch of the food into sugar, which is easy to digest. So viewers, digestion of food, it starts in buccal cavity or mouth. So if I have eaten one chapati, so the digestion of that chapati, which is a starch, it will start from the buccal cavity, because this watery fluid has a digestive juice or one digestive enzyme which it upon starch and converts it into sugar. So from where the saliva is pouring into the mouth or buccal cavity. So viewers, these are three pairs of salivary glands which are located in our buccal cavity, and they are producing that watery fluid or saliva, and they are pouring it with the help of small openings into the mouth and helping us to chew our food well and by making it wet and slippery. So viewers, now I want to show you the internal view of our buccal cavity. So viewers, we discussed about teeth, their function, their ties. We discussed about the importance of tongue. We also came to know about the function of saliva and salivary glands. This is the side view of our buccal cavity. We have one pair of lips to guard our mouth, and inside our mouth or oral cavity, we have teeth, we have jaws, we have tongue and salivary glands, and they are helping to chew the food well, and then it is with the help of tongue, it is rolling down and coming to next part. So this part, pharynx. This pharynx is very important. This is a common passage for the entry of air, that is inhaling of air and entry of food. You are generally advised not to speak when you are eating because it can lead to hiccups. It can lead to the entering of those food particles into the windpipe, and that can be fatal for the human being. But don't worry, there is a guard called epiglottis, like structure to guard this windpipe, and it's called epiglottis. The moment food rolls down, it hits this and it closes it, and the food straight away comes to our food pipe and it is not going to the windpipe. But when we eat very fast and speak also in between, the chances are there that the food particle might enter into the windpipe, and sometimes it's fatal for us. So it's advised not to speak when you are eating. So this was about buccal cavity, its different parts and their role in the process of digestion. So after this, next is movement of that food from mouth to stomach. So that I told you that food is swallowed and it slides down the pharynx, that common passage, which is called pharynx, and epiglottis closes the windpipe and the food comes to the food pipe, and that name of that food pipe is esophagus. It's from our mouth to the stomach, and it is muscular in nature, made of muscles. And viewers, remember, this part is not related with digestion. No digestion is taking place in this part. Only the transfer of food from mouth to stomach is taking place through this. So must be thinking that whether we are eating food upright or we are hanging like a monkey on a tree and then eating our apple. Generally, children or kids do that. Food always goes into the tummy and it never comes out. So what is the reason? Viewers, this food pipe and the entire alimentary canal, its walls are muscular. So those muscular walls, they continuously contract and relax, and helps in pushing the food downward into the further parts of alimentary canal. And this process is called as peristalsis. This picture is about peristalsis. This picture is showing the movement of food. Movement of food with the help of this process called peristalsis. So that's how the food is always moving down into the alimentary canal and it's not coming up. So this was about journey of our food in our mouth, then from mouth to stomach. Let's have a closer look of the same process with the help of one more visual clue. So food is moving from the buccal cavity, pushing the epiglottis, landing in the food pipe, and then gradually with the help of peristalsis, that is muscular contraction and relaxation, it is going to the stomach. So viewers, this was about digestion of food in buccal cavity and its movement from mouth to stomach. Now it's time to share the worksheet with you. I suggest you go through these questions and find out the answer. Next time, whenever you will tune to My BioHub, you will come across video on nutrition in animals, part 5 and segment B, and in that I am going to cover the process of digestion in stomach and small intestine. Till then, take care, eat healthy, stay fit, keep watching my channel BioHub, and if you are finding it worth, please do subscribe to it and share it with your friends. If you want me to improve further, then please leave a comment for me. Till then, take good care of yourself. Hope to see you soon in my coming video too. So it's a bye from your facilitator. Bye.